Heat-related deaths are preventable. They are the #1 killer for weather-related injuries in the U.S. Hundreds of fatalities happen each year. Making sure you stay hydrated with water and not sugary drinks like soda, juice, and flavored drinks is one of the best ways to keep your organs and blood from getting overheated. Find ways to cool off in the water like pools, spray parks, lakes, and beaches. Remember to stay hydrated even in the water, as you can dehydrate while playing in the water. Vehicles can reach high temperatures very fast, even with the AC on in a car. When cars are idle, the UV from the sun shining into the windows can make the glass, seatbelts, and buckles very hot to touch. They can burn the skin of a toddler or animal very quickly. Do not forget the people around you, like your family, neighbors, or just somebody down the block that you know is sick or disabled. Call your family who have no AC and invite them over to cool off. Elderly cannot regulate their body temperatures the same way as we can. Theirs are similar to that of a baby. So drive by and make sure they stay hydrated and cool. The sick and disabled don't always have the mobility to move around or to get to cooler climates like we do. Invite your family or neighbor or somebody you know who does not have AC to go shopping, or ask them if they want to go to the library where they can cool off or stay for a little while and move around. The heat can make you feel fatigued, so monitor our loved ones and know the signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke and sun poisoning. Skin from the sun helps to cool your body and prevent overexposure. Burns can cause severe blistering and dehydration, so use your sunscreen. A severe burn can land you in the hospital. Brimmed hat and sunscreen and light-colored, loose-fitting clothing can help keep the sun rays from on top of you. If you have to be outside for work, make sure to take lots of breaks in the shade, drinking lots of water as well. Dehydration is the most common factor of heat-related illnesses. Remember, people with disabilities or people who are ill can have symptoms triggered by the heat. Hypertension and even multiple sclerosis can have severe results when they are overheated, whether they are inside or outside. Keep them in a cool environment and watch for signs of confusion or weakness in walking. Watch the news and weather apps and radio stations for heat advisory alerts. You can sign up for alerts like Code Red. It's an alert notification system that informs you when current heat-related alerts are being posted. Try to avoid really high heat days outside. If you are sweating, that's a good thing, but when you are not, it's bad. Know your signs for heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and heat cramps for those of you who are working outside or exercising outside. Heat stroke is the most severe illness. When you stop sweating, vomiting, or have a seizure, severe headache, or feel feverish with a rapid pulse, you may be having a heat stroke. Many lose consciousness. Heat exhaustion is feeling dizzy or off balance, excessive sweating, they may look pale, and the skin may be clammy to touch. Some nausea and vomiting with a weak pulse, sometimes getting muscle cramps. Heat cramps can happen when doing extreme activities outside in the heat. They cause muscle cramps in the legs and arms that are very painful and hard to get rid of. Call 911 immediately if you feel someone has had a heat stroke. If you can try cooling off someone in the shade or with ice packs, do so. If someone has heat exhaustion and you cannot get them cooled off, call 911. Other ways to avoid these symptoms besides drinking water is eating fruits like cantaloupe, watermelon, and grapes. They are mostly made up of water and have natural sugars to regulate blood pressure. Avoid dairy and heavy meals as they may induce vomiting when you're hot. The dairy, like cheese, milk, mayo, and yogurts, will curdle in your stomach. However, water is the best way to keep cool and hydrated.